All right. All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Dash, how you doing? How you doing? Chase, Alex, the attic, what's going on? Juan, Hostile Trading, May Sam, how you guys doing? Good morning, good morning. Guys, we have quite the, you know, gap scan today. Stocks are moving, things are looking crazy, and based off of how we're looking right now, right here, right now, I might only stream this main screen over here because I might be using level 2, and of course I can't be streaming level 2 here on YouTube, um, which means I might not have the scans up because I might have to watch 4 stocks at the same time because the gap scan it has it going on. All right, so I'm gonna write it up here quickly, and let's get going. And then I'll do the analysis. So we have, and by the way, quickly, for just for the time being, let's enlarge this down here. So BLBX, BLBX. We have CFRX following that, and BLBX up 260%, 3 million shares of volume, 6 million shares in the float. CFRX up 163%. Guys, this is what a hot market looks like. You wake up and stocks are already up over 100%. This one is up 163%, 13 million shares of volume, 1.57 million shares in the float. Next, there is STSA, which is up 127%, 22 million shares of volume, 33 million shares in the float. I mean, this is absolutely insane. They're not even just up 50%, 60%, they're up over 100%, well over that amount. And coming down, PRST. Do I even have this one? Yeah, PRST. And then I'll put one more. I'm not going to keep going down. It'll be too many. All right. And I think the other one down here was CNSP, which I didn't look at. CNSP. Well, it's kind of selling off. Maybe I don't put it on here. Will we see a red to green? I mean, maybe. I think I'll leave it off. And some people might still be watching CAXI, which was, a stock that went to $70. AI momentum right now taking over. So we'll see. There's the watch list. Let's jump into some of the trend lines, and then we'll get ready for the open. For those of you tuning in, John, Lucas, Spartan, I see some of you guys there. What's up? Good morning. Good morning to the Facebook and Twitch viewers as well. Did I do this correctly? Alert. Okay, there we go. Much better. All right. So, time for some trend lines. Roy, what's up? Good morning. Good to see you. Guys, it's another beautiful day. And we have stocks that are moving and moving up a lot. So, BLBX. Pre-market highs are up here at 1247. That is definitely a level I'll be interested in if we can get back up there and break those pre-market highs. Now, daily chart, right? The way how we're looking right now, we're a little sideways. We had a beautiful move. The low of the pullback, let's see, 908. 908. The first VWAP bounce down here, 908. Looks decent. Can we hold above 908 and then get back over 12 eventually? When we look at the daily chart, BLBX, let's see, looks decent in terms of potential resistance. If it keeps going here, which we're assuming it hopefully can. Let's see. So coming back to, what is this? April of last year. Got some candles with some volume, 1540. Can we see 1540? 1592, and then 22. I'm going to put out those 3 levels. All right. There are some other candlesticks we can look at as well. $15.40, $15.92. So can we get that break over 16 really? And if we do, maybe we can continue higher. 23.20 is also a level to keep an eye on. 23.20. This is going back to November of 20. Is this 2021? Yeah, 2021, where we had this big red candle here. And then of course $22, which is the high of this range. Yeah, so you know, let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. If it has a big spread, we'll be using limit orders. We'll be careful. I really overdid it last week. Still trying to buy market on some of the areas, and it's not good. It's not good. Okay, next stock, CFRX. CFRX, which I think it's looking pretty decent so far. 297 pre-market highs. Low of the pullback has been down here at 160. I'm hoping we don't have to come back down there again. Let's see. The high of this short-term consolidation that we're seeing, which does provide a bit of a midpoint for those of you at MMU, right? Our midpoint area as the street cleaner is going by. All right. Yeah, 254 for potential midpoint. We are above VWAP, which is good. So if this pushes up, can we see a break of the pre-market highs? The daily chart, CFRX. Time, 23, so we got 7 minutes. We're not going to slow it down here. We're going to keep going. Okay, left and up. Looking for volume and significant candlesticks. We had a gap fade back here in February of 23. So a couple months ago, high of 695, low of 461. I'm gonna map out the high and the low of this particular candle. And it looks like I have a bunch of trend lines on this stock already too. Okay. What was that again? 695. I think our swim charting sometimes so clunky and distorted. Do I clear drawing set? Maybe not. Remove drawing, remove drawing. I got some older trend lines I want to get rid of. So again, 695. I probably should have cleared the drawing set. I don't know if we'll get there, but if we do, it's great, you know? And then the low was 461. We might see bag holders coming into that range is what could happen. You know, people who were stuck on this day, who didn't get a chance to sell, if the stock curls back up, they might have averaged down. And before you know it, we're having a hard time going up because people are just selling. You know, it's like the selling pressure is higher. And if it gets over there, you know, $9 and then so forth here up to 15.76. I don't know if that'll happen, but it can. It's a potential. So the next one on the list, STSA. Pre-market highs here, 233, well, 223. We had highs back at 187 before the first pullback right here, which could serve as a bit of a midpoint. The low of the entire move here so far, as we've been coming down, has been around 128. Hopefully we can get back above VWAP. If we can start holding above VWAP, I want to see that break of 190 and then break of 2 for those pre-market highs. The daily chart here on STSA. Let's take a look. CFRX looking like it might want to break out. So far we have a bit of a wick though, so maybe it's a false breakout here. We'll see how it continues. No pre-market trades for me. Some of you guys who love to trade pre-market, this is it. If you're a pre-market trader, you need to be here 6 a.m. minimum. 6 a.m. minimum, right? Maybe even 4 a.m. because pre-market is so hot right now. Maybe it's, you know, I prefer not to trade in pre-market, but you know, maybe tomorrow I come in at 8 a.m. and you know, some small size and see if I can't start the day green. But anyhows, STSA. I'm noticing on the daily, the 200 EMA is at 236, which could be a problem. 236. For those of you tuning in on YouTube, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you are a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. All right. So yeah, here we are, STSA. It's pushed up. We might have had resistance at the 200 already. It seems like there might be some gap fill here. What's the low of these candles here? 251, 280, and then over here before this big sell-off, 401. A lot of people might more so be watching at 401 since the 200 EMA and this cluster back here is already in proximity. So 401, can we see 401 out of this thing if it gets going? And I believe this is the last one. All right. So let's put a trend line up there, 401 or $4, let's say. And yeah, all right. 27, there's 40 seconds to the 2-minute warning. CNSP, I guess I could map out some levels here, 641. This is the one that's been pulling back. 641 pre-market highs, after hour highs on Friday. 420. Is it 420? Seems about 420. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. You know, this is what a hot market looks like. I don't care about, you know, GameStop era or these type of things where it's like, hey, we need to get back to GameStop era. No, this is what it is. This is it. This is what it looked like back then, right? So there's a 2-minute warning. Back when GameStop and those stocks were moving, this is how everything else was looking, just like this. So this is it. This is it. This is it, right? And you know, I'll say this. I said this last week. I'll say it again. For those of you who are in the learning curve, trying to figure it out, still putting, you know, still gaining the experience, do not feel FOMO. Do not change your game plan and try to get aggressive today. That's not how you do it. It's still a marathon. It's not a sprint. This market, even if today's the last day, it'll be back again a few weeks from now or a few months from now, and it's the cycle, hot, cold, over and over. All right, the money comes in, it comes back up, it goes out, comes in. So don't feel any FOMO. Don't feel like you need to rush anything. Just continue to take it slow and steady. And for those of us who are on the other side, who are already consistently profitable, this is where we have to try and push it a little bit and try and maximize. You know, Friday I mentioned I wanted to trade all day long. Didn't quite have that chance because of the lag. I left out early. But, you know, today's a new day. Today I feel good. And I feel ready. You know, hoping there's no, you know, crazy technical difficulties again. I do look forward to trading most of the day today, right? And in terms of the game plan here, there's 40 seconds. I'm going to take it slow to start, and then I'll get aggressive. I'm going to try to avoid starting red. I don't need to be starting red. So I'm going to take it slow, take it steady, and then once we really get that clear and obvious direction of which one it is that's going to be taking off, that's where I'm going to, you know, get dialed in. So again, because there's so many, I'm going to, you know, I'll be taking trades off screen today. All right. So, and let's not forget our disclaimer. All right. As I'm going to record the other screens. Remember, you know, day trading is risky. A lot of traders are struggling. So trade safe, trade in a simulator before using actual cash. Risk money is the way to go. Money that if you lose it all, it will not affect your livelihood or your lifestyle. Right. So trade smart, trade setups. Do not try to copy trade me. That's a recipe for disaster. You have to understand the strategies for yourselves. I'm noticing some pretty light volume here to start, all things considered. So I'm watching BLBX to start. We have a high of 950, low of 868. The other three are a little sideways so far. 950, 868. It definitely has some range to it. Big spreads as well for BLBX. High of the current, I'm going to size down. High of the current candle for now. I'm going to size down for now. High of the current candle is 38, and we're seeing this huge spread. PRST is moving up a little bit. I like that it's not flushing down, but we're also not really seeing a lot of volume to the buy side just yet. CFRX over 240. Is it worth it here? I'm going to take a starter on CFRX. It's up and then right back down, so not quite getting to see significant gains there. Okay, it's holding up. CFRX seems like it's the one. Okay, it looks like I sold that position a little too soon then. Let's get the big size here pretty early. There's no need to be taking it slow. Not in this market. I'm trying to give it a chance to see some bigger winners. I'm gonna pull it up on this other screen when it. Jeez. Oh, looks like I'm gonna miss the bulk of the move. Tried holding longer in some areas, but still didn't quite get the bigger trades. Highs at 74. We got to be patient for a proper entry. There's 80 for a new high. $82. Big buyers are still coming in pretty high, so people are being very aggressive here. We need that pullback. Or is it going to continue? Because buyers are just still coming in pretty high. But it's volatile, so we got to be careful. Try not to get those losing trades, So I'm not being too aggressive with the in and outs, just kind of waiting. We got 89 for a high. How my pre-market levels looking? If we do get a pullback here. I got 2,900 share blocks. There's 91 for a new high, but not quite holding super well. As a breakout trader, I'm still a little hesitant despite it not, still going. It's like I wanted to see a pullback. Felt like it would have been healthy. And this size down because a drop might be imminent. I don't want to get caught in it with big size. So we had a high of 3. We didn't quite break. Is it going to break and hold? I'll take the hold. Can we get a dip? There's 4. Man, they're not pulling back. It's just going. The halt is at 17, so we'll get locked in here. Man, and there's still big bits coming in, even at this price. The traders are very aggressive. Look, very aggressive. Is they going to continue to hold and go higher? Look at that, even more bids. Oh, it's going to hold. So we might get a new high. Yeah, it looks like we'll get a new high. Wow. The bulls are very aggressive, but we got to be careful of those big drops. Do they want to fill shares here? There's a bunch of buyers at 7, 8. Let's see if they want to fill these shares. Maybe it makes a new low is my guess. Are they going to fill these shares? It's still bouncing. So no breakdown below that level of 7. High 19. There's 18. Jeez Louise. Stock is very strong. 31. I would have been more comfortable taking more size if we broke below 7 and held above 3. So far so good. Still trying to manage the risk here. We got a high of 32. We had a low of 20 or so. A little late on this breakout, but will we squeeze short sellers here? Not quite. Taking a loss. In a little late. It looks good though. Come on. 40. It's extended. So once the pullback does come, I really have to be careful because you guys saw Friday how I got caught in those big red candles. If it pulls back and it's failing, it'll give a huge red candle like 70 cents or something. So I got to be careful trying to buy a flush, which I told myself to not to do. So, it has to bottom first and then I'll go long. That way I avoid any big, flushes, falling knife kind of candles. When a stock is extended, there's no such thing as a safe pullback, on the 1 minute. So, we'll see. We had buyers at 8. We had a high of 40. So far, we got a low of 11. Again, I'd love to see it test those buyers. That's sitting down there, 7, 8. If they're still there, that is. I don't know. Eleven, 11, 11, 11, 10, 7. They're still sitting there. There's some green coming in, so I'll just take an entry to see. Tight stop. If not, it might break down, but just tight stop to see what it wants to do here. Just in case it does hold, at least I have a small position. It's struggling. It might retest the lows. Small gain right there, nothing crazy. There's 10 again. Let's see if that same type of buying gets in. It seems so. I'm back in, so tight stop again. If big bids comes, I'll get aggressive here. If we only see any big bids, I buy like 10 times. But if not, tight stop. 11, 13, so there's some green coming in. That's a great trade. Damn, I got filled high. I wanted 19. I would have held it. 3,500 shares. Seeing some lag in my fills. Hopefully it becomes nothing more. Yeah, I'm gonna miss this potentially. Or scalp the highs. It didn't really rip through 50, which I wanted. Okay, nah. Level 2 is hard to read here. I'll take the 5-6 cents. Am I seeing losing trades? This volatility is absolutely incredible. It's still trying at this breakout. Oh. I barely missed that. Barely missed that one. It's like the smallest of hesitations in there, and I came back out. Couple cents here and there. I want to get a longer hold though for a bigger move, but you know we are extended. We're still pretty high up. We haven't really seen that 5-minute pullback just yet. No, not quite. It needs to go immediately here through 60 if it's going to give that strong move. We're seeing sellers, but it's still trying. If we see 65, I'll take the highs. I'll literally take high of day. So are we about to see the first real pullback? I'm gonna size down here to avoid giving back profits. Low 35. If you're watching on YouTube, guys, hit the thumbs up. If you are a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. High of day at 65. Low of this pullback so far, 35. 34, 33, 30. So it might be a 5-minute pullback that we're really seeing here, which means we could come back down to 308 area. There's a bid. There's a small bid, 40,000 shares there. Watching. Small position. Small trade, nothing crazy. Low so far is at 26. We also had support at 21 on the last move up before it took off. So maybe 20, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to be super aggressive. That bid is still there. It's going to be filled. Looks like it might want to drop here. 23. By the way, PRST making a small move. PRST. Take me to the moon. Come on. You know you want to. You know you want to. Holy smokes. Come on, 90. Can we see 90? PRST. Good. Now $3. 10,000 share seller. Share size is too small. What am I doing here? This is the time for giant size. I'm sorry about these off-screen trades, but I literally can't do anything about it. Come on, come on. Good. Rip, rip. Big bid, sizing up. Do not fail me now. Man, sold too early because it wasn't going. At this point, I'm just buying highs, hoping for a new high. Gonna get back 200 off the top of that one. PRST going to the moon here. The stocks, notice how the stocks are also not getting halted. Maybe it's something specific to this particular type of momentum we're getting. I doubt it gets locked in here. Maybe it will. The other one, I might be missing the entry at 7. Oh, man. Oh, man. Maybe it comes down again, hopefully. There's a low of 9, 3. Well, it's gonna help. It's gonna hold 3. It's kind of high. Oh, I'm so sloppy here. I could have made more money. So we got. Come on. Talk to us nicely. Pull away. Watching for potential ad? Maybe not. But then it's like it's holding here. You see, man, the other one went down to 307 perfectly. I missed it. 5. Opportunity always costs, but it sucks to not get that nice 5-minute dip. I already said maybe 21 or 08 where we had those buyers. It blew through 21, so I didn't even have a chance to buy, which is great because I would have, maybe took a small loss. 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 1, 3. Do not flush down all you do. PRST. I'm in at 3. Trying to get this dip here. I might have to. Well, I don't know if I'll do that. I was gonna say maybe I released the level 2 video today for everyone, but maybe not. It's the benefit of being a student is that you guys will be able to see all the level 2 action on these trades. I only have 200 shares, not great. Let's get ready to size back in. That was a great dip. 13, come on, you guys could have filled me lower. You could have filled me lower. And it's back down to 3, which is not great here. There are some bids. It's fluctuating so crazy. These stocks are going bananas, man. It's such a night and day difference from when it's cold. It doesn't even look like the same market. This is a hard stock to trade though. This PR, I think I'm gonna come back. Are we gonna see another test of 7, or is it gonna break below 7? Look at how this 5-minute setup looks great here. 41 for the new high. If it comes back down, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take shares. 16 for a low. But remember, Friday we had some really exaggerated pullbacks. So, maybe it makes a new low to like 90, 95. If it does, I'll buy it up. Try to take some size. I'm up 600 on the other stock, but I was up 8, then 6, then 8, then 6, then 8, then 6. Lost like $600, but up 6. Okay, switching back to CFRX here. Man. The good thing about this hot market is that I'm more prepared than ever before. It's coming down. There's 01. I'm going to throw out shares 93. I'm going to add to the position over time if I determine we get bottom. Because 84 is the lowest. I don't need to be in super high. The other one is failing. Uh-oh. Does this mean something? Does this mean anything? I'm only in 500. VWAP is at 84. Does it not want to go all the way down there? Maybe I should have took 1,000 shares minimum. Yeah, that's exactly what I should have did. I guess I didn't really think about my share size, like how many shares do I want to take? All I know is that I want to take size, but we have to calculate the risk. High of days at 65, so my potential profit target is 65 cents. Of course, I don't want to be risking more than 20, 30 cents to have my 2-to-1 ratio. Can we come down as low as VWAP? I think it's possible. So I want to be patient here. I might even sell this position to re-average. I mean, such a small position though. These 5-minute setups, I mean, oh my goodness. When we had the lag, the other one, I looked at it, I called out all the areas I would have wanted to be in, and it was so beautiful. It would have been top 10 easily, despite the small size, just in terms of the analysis. If this doesn't break above 10, I'm going to sell this trade and watch for a lower low. Okay. Man. I wonder if it's actually bottomed already. I said 90, but I thought maybe like lower because of the VWAP area. And the goal was to keep buying 500, 500, 500, go up to 2K between, let's say, 93 and 80, stop at 70 or something. But it's curled up. I'm going to size. I'm going to watch for an entry. I'm going to size. It might give another entry, hopefully. Because this 200 shares I got here isn't going to do anything. And the low is at 93. Definitely makes it tricky. So I'll be buying it high, which is not great. Because if it comes down, I'll get chopped out of the trade. But if it gives like a quick drop, maybe I can get in. Or I'll scalp the highs if I have to. Of course, I don't mind doing that. Anytime, any day. I'm gonna take that trade off. If I go back in time, I take 10,000 shares there, man. Jeez. And if it gives a drop, please do not fail, because I'll definitely take a big loss. If let's say this drops down to like 310 and I buy, and it keeps going down to 290, I'll take a 20-cent loss, which is not what we need to see. That would be awful here. It might not even... Oh, too early. It might not even drop, though. Man. You see, the first time I would have got my entry at 7, which would have been good, at least. Which size? But that's all good. You know, part of the game. So we're still waiting here. Come on down. The price is right. Well, people are buying it up. Look at that. People are buying it right back up. Guys, I took a 6,000 share position and I missed the 20-cent breakout by like 1 second earlier on the other stock. Oh no, there's a seller here. There's a seller 35, which is good, which is a good thing, because if we break, we know the moon should be looking at us. It's tricky here. Size down. Okay. No? Yeah? Son of a gun. All that red is going to get me out at the end. It looks like that might have been it for a small pullback, 22. Oh man. Had a good entry. Sprinter breakdown. So we'll take a small loss there. So I got smaller size. Not to give back too much here. Okay, so maybe we might see a bigger drop. All right, this is good. This is good. That way we can get a better entry, and then if it does break over the highs, which I think it will, eventually, we can be in. If I had more size down at 95 or whatever, I'd still be holding shares, because you know the target here is at least 350 minimum. Am I 15, 16? All right, I'm gonna try to hold this position as best as I can all the way to 50. As best as I can with my paper hands. I'll try. With my paper hands. The entry's at 95. I'm in at 18. So it's a significantly higher position. But if we break 35 with volume here, I think this goes to the moon. Is this it? 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 38. Okay. Oh, crap. Wow. I got too comfortable there. I looked away from level 2, it's already back down. Come on. Jeez. Oh my gosh. I sold that for a loss. Well, oh yeah, 10 cents. That's why you can't get too comfortable in the trade. I literally started like, taking my hands off the mouse. Like, yes, okay, it's gonna take a break at 28 and then go again. You blink, it's back at 15 and then 08 and then 90. It's good that it's still held up above 91, which means people are still buying it down there, but not great. So we'll see in the next 20 minutes. I would have wanted 50 at a minimum out of that. So we're gonna reject this high to consolidation. And such good buyers coming in up there too. And that's why buying it high at like 18 is dangerous too, because there's nothing like being in at the very low of the support. 295. Our P&L, we are up 1900. So we might have been up above 2K right there, but we pulled back a little bit. Right now we're just waiting. If you're watching on YouTube, of course, hit the thumbs up. If you're watching on Twitch, Facebook, likewise. The stock that I didn't look at so far was CNSP. How's it doing? Looks like it did all right, and still looking decent, actually. I might watch this one instead of STSA. Yeah, CNSP. Because it's a cup and handle right now, right? We got our sideways consolidation right here. Our U-shaped red to green. It's below VWAP though, but that's okay. We'll give it some time. Guys, I'm gonna sit here. I hope, assuming I don't get any technical difficulties again, I'm gonna trade all day today. Because when this momentum here dies, it'll take a break and then it comes back again later in the day. And I don't need to be missing anything. I trade all day, which I haven't done in a while. So I probably stream to like 12 p.m. or maybe 1 p.m. and then I'll probably, or maybe we stream all day. I don't know. We'll see. Whatever feels right, we'll do. But the main goal, if things get more tricky, is to just reduce size, protect the, manage risk, protect the gains. And even if we slowly add, that's all right. We don't need to go crazy and give back, and we got to navigate and manage risk to the best of our abilities here. Hmm. And how about BLBX? No good. Okay, CNSP. So I guess I can put back the scans back on, actually. Now that I'm getting a chance to think. Once again, if you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, hit that thumbs up button. And of course, consider subscribing to the channel. Right now, we have 406 people watching on. CNSP, maybe we're on to something here. I might start taking entries over 380. Actually, 380 might not be that far away. $380 for an ad. If we're aggressive here, if we see volume. Stock look like it's a little spready. I'm gonna adjust my size for now. I need it to be an earlier too. Okay. What was that pivot? 80. We had 77. So the volume spike didn't really quite come in right there. We should have had 85 out of that. So it looks like it needs more time. So I'm watching like a shorter term ABCD as a potential trigger point for a breakout. But we're rejecting 80 and lows are at 40. 40 and higher low at 46. So I've missed the lows. It's a matter of, hey, can we break out now? So we'll take a small loss there $90. Could have sold it for a couple cents of green too, but was looking to get aggressive with an ad and then selling at 85, maybe 95. Guys, let's get up there to 150 likes on YouTube. 150 likes, then we'll push for 200. With 394 people, this should be light work. This should be easy. So KT, Brandon, Big Steve, how you doing? Big Steve, I gave you a call on Sunday. I don't know if you were busy with family or something, but I'll give you a call again today, my guy. Guys, let's hit that thumbs up. 150 likes, and then we'll climb for 2. We'll push for 2. Remember, when it comes to pumping is illegal, but the only thing we can legally pump is the thumbs up. So let's pump it up to the moon. CFRX looking decent. I'll switch back. I'm still watching at it here. And I'll take the high entry at 40 if we can break and hold. It's the same setup here again, the ABCD, you know. But of course, we had a big red candle. So we'll have to, you know, be careful. It held 91 so well. I mean, it's pretty good. We're up to 125 likes. Let's continue to hit that thumbs up. I know some of you guys might be actively trading, but as soon as you're done with those great A quality trades, be sure to hit the thumbs up. Shout out to all those traders who are at work, still getting it in, still tuning in, still, you know, trading. Doesn't matter. We live to trade, right? There's nothing like trading, you know, these markets. So shout out to all the people who are doing other things and still, you know, being engaged. $19, you know, is it worth taking a dip around 310 maybe? Again, it'll be another in-between trade. It'd probably be risky. You know, it's usually, for me, it's usually high or low is better. Either the breakout or the dip. Support. We're now up to 135 likes. We're pushing here for 150 likes and then 200. 200 likes the goal today. 200 likes. Can we get 33? Well, we're at 400 viewers. Can we get 50% of the people watching to hit that thumbs up button? I got smaller size, 1,400 shares, small size. If it breaks over 35, I'll take the long. Low here, 17 on the current 1-minute candle. For those of you on the YouTube stream, I see you guys. Ryan, what's up? Kevin, how you doing? KT, longtime supporter. Ben Carrico. Well, I might have. I butchered that. I definitely did. There's 35, and I'm missing trades here too. There's some sellers. It's very volatile here. Be careful of a flush. It could happen. It's like 50-50. I honestly don't know which way it wants to go. But being that the momentum, the market sentiment has been so strong, I'd like to think up, right? But it's a matter of when. It doesn't seem like it's ready yet because it's still back down here. It's gonna give back another $50 or something there. We got to see some winning trades here. We've been struggling the last 10 minutes. $13. Again, I'm not buying any panic flushes. You guys will notice when these big red candles come, I'm not buying them. I learned my lesson on Friday. They work well when they're working, but when they're not working, those 50-cent losses. Man, this CNSP, man. Jeez. Oh my gosh. I might have to leave it alone. It's nice, but like the spreads, man. It needs to be more volume here. Like it needs to be a little thicker on the bids. Is this it? Break of 3? Break of 4, rather? We're now up to 154 likes, 400 plus viewers. I'm watching CNSP for a break of 4. Not great. Can we hold? It seems like it's struggling a little bit. I'm in at 99. Yeah, I'm gonna come out flat. Down $77. We can put it on screen here. Sometimes the action is so fast I don't really get a chance. And we're still below VWAP, right? Again, the price action not the best. It's a little thin. It's good that it has range, but the risk is just as present, and we want limited downside risk, high upside potential. Guys, let's push up there to 200 likes. 200 likes. Can we get 50% of the viewers to hit that thumbs up button? It's like somebody's selling. Is this easy to borrow? No. Okay. Can we pull away? I might have to buy the bid, so I have to be ready for that. We're right at VWAP at 08. It'd be nice to see it break above and pull away. Low of the last is 83. I might take an entry if it pulls back down there. And a little higher. Are we going to hold? There's buyers at 85. The reaction there, not good. Nobody's buying it. Or at least not yet. I saw that bid, by the way. That's why I took the entry high. 15,000 shares at 85. So it's holding. Maybe buyers are just a little bit more delayed to get in. Could be the case. Maybe. We need to at least see 405 and a retest of the level 8. Okay. All right. But more volume to the buy side. $17,000 share seller at 04. So right now I'm just waiting patiently. We'll see if it curls back up. I don't know how I feel about the lows this time. I don't think I'll touch it because it could just be a VWAP rejection, which did happen earlier around 9:50 a.m. over here. Pre-market highs are also at 420. Well, excuse me, after our highs on Friday. After our highs. So this stock, I think it has potential, but I'll wait for it to get over uh 408 and hold above the level. CFRX, we're still waiting here. It's back at 05. Maybe I'm switching away a little too soon on the main screen. There's 6, 8, 10, 13. Great breakout here. They fill me in the moon. Let's take the loss. Son of a gun. Good. Okay. Can we see that push? All right. Might be done with that one. It's another $150 loss. The spreads, man. The spreads. And you know, it is holding here. The first trade wasn't a good trade. I tried to buy at 11. I'm in at 16. But I should have just waited some more. Because, you know, right here is a better place to buy. 405. It's like it broke above 8. Now can we hold above 8? So here we go. So I'm kind of botching the trades here. Not good. Ay, ay, ay. Good attempt, though. Has potential. Looking great right now. Moving well. CNSP. I am interested in a panic flush, but you know, again, we saw those not do super well Friday. But the low right there was 20. That might be it for this one. I might have missed the train already. Oh, that ass price, boy. Okay, let's see what it does here. I'll give it one more try. Can we see the 1 minute candle make the new high here eventually? There it is. Jeez. That's not good. Why is this weakness coming? Where's this weakness coming from? Should have made money on these two candles here. Should have made money right here. Should have been at least green $100, making back the loss of like 100, and being green at least another 100. Botched the trades completely. I'm in. Let's see. I'm in. So we're gonna be up 1600 now. We're giving back time 1020. I think this is where I sized down. I'm gonna size down on everything. You know, we got to take the first you know, sign and respect it. So I'm gonna size down, and then I'm gonna start to just work on connecting on trades again. And then once we do, we can size back up on something if you know it's giving more good A quality entries. It's a beautiful cup and handle, but I completely botched the trades. Patience. And I said it before it happened. I'm gonna wait for it to break above 408 and then hold above 408. So when it makes the high of like 22 or 25, once it dips back down to like 404, 405, it's only, you know, it's overshooting the landing zone of 8 by a couple cents. So once it's holding right there, there's the entry, tight stop 99, 5-6 cents of risk, looking for, you know, a nice 15-cent move back to 22. If it pushes up to 30 like it did, or 40, even better. You know, you get to make 30 cents, risking 6 cents. I completely, you know, botched it. So I'm in here. I think, well, I gotta come back some more. I think right here. Actually, no. So more CN, oh, wrong stock. CNSP. CNSP. Okay, here we go. Right here. 16. There's, if I'm watching at 8 for support, can VWAP become resistance at VWAP become support? Why in the world am I buying at 17? This is completely my own fault. This here is a little bit better. So I'm in at 8. I added 10. I thought it was getting ready to bounce. It pulls back to a low of 3 or 4. I stop out at 6. It goes without me. This is a close trade. The other one, terrible trade. We also could have bought the bids a little bit more. So right now, I think CFRX is still a stock to keep an eye on. I think it's still looking decent. It's just a very long consolidation. And to be honest, right here is a good place to watch. If it breaks down to what 290 and it holds up at a bottoming wick again, it could just do a super acceleration to the highs. So with my small share size, I'm gonna watch, and if we flush down and it holds, I'm gonna take it. The only thing I'm concerned about is that this would be the third time it's testing the lows of 90, 95 area. So I wouldn't buy it immediately as it's flushing. I'd wait for it to start to bounce before I buy. That way it's like a little bit more safe. Because other times you just, of course you want to be buying the weakness so you get the best entry at the lows as to where you think support should be. Right? Which is what happened on Friday, right? In terms of yeah, I'm in where I want to be in, but unfortunately we actually didn't find support in those areas. We just, the stock did its own thing, just kept going down. Is it 200 EMA here? Am I missing that? No way. Well, my my brokers, because this stock, did we have a reverse split? Okay, I'm guessing it had a bunch of reverse splits, because more than likely this was not, but Thinkorswim doesn't always show it. Yeah, more than likely this was not a $1,600 stock. So I'm guessing it had a few reverse splits, but my 200 EMA is way out of the way. PTPI. Yeah, it's moving. Getting called out and moving up. It's PTPI, but big spreads, 8 cent spreads for a $4 stock. I think we might be on the backside of the morning momentum. This is a good place to take a break, actually. I'm gonna go downstairs and get some fruits, some pineapples. Well, PTPI, 30-cent move, but big spreads. It's teleporting. 5. If it gets halted, I'd probably watch. CFRX. I gotta do 1,000 shares minimum here on this stock. PTPI, guys. PTPI also giving a nice move here. But big spread. So I'll be watching CFRX. 10, 7, 5. It's flushing here. Will we hold up this dip? 92, 91, 92. If it breaks below like 75, it's done. But if it's also gonna curl back up, it needs to get a huge bottoming wick now. Yeah, it looks like it might be done. Usually when they're gonna do it, it's like pretty fast. So once it's not like happening right away, then you know, okay, yeah, Titanic. BTPI. Is this a good dip? Fill me, please. I could never get filled. Okay, good. Tight stops here. If this happens to be a losing trade, then maybe we're done on the day. Come on, hold up, hold up. You don't need to pull back any more than this. Actually, now that I'm looking at the 5-minute candle, this might be terrible. Yeah, selling volume is higher than our buying volume going up, so it's not a trade I need to be in. Looks like it's still curling a little bit though. Yeah, but for me to take this entry, the volume on this candle has to be lower than the previous candles going up, or else I have no business taking the trade. Okay, yeah, I think that's gonna do it for the front side momentum. So right now it's like that. If the market is saying, "Hey, Relentless, take a break," you know, and then come back in the next like 20 minutes. So I'm gonna get some fruits, some pineapples, some tangerines, and maybe some grapes. I don't know if we have grapes. I didn't buy any yesterday. I forgot. But yes, we'll be ready for round two. All right. I think I'm gonna leave the YouTube stream on, and I'm gonna jump in Gen 1 with the other guys and hang out a little bit. For those of you on YouTube, I'm looking at the comments. If you guys have any questions, concerns, feedback, or just anything you want me to see that I might have missed, now's a good time. We got to 166 likes, which I definitely appreciate. The goal was 200 though, so if you're still watching on and you haven't hit the thumbs up, or if you're now tuning in, be sure to hit that like button. All right. Amos, no problem. WINT. I live stream every day, by the way, for those of you who are a little newer to the channel. Every day around 9:15 a.m. I'm on. You know, my routine is always the same. I'll go over my pre-market. Holy smokes. Maybe I'm doing a little too much talking here. WINT. Halted up again. Third time. This ought to be good. I'm gonna use small size though. What's the volume? 245. Volume is light actually, but it's increasing. Maybe we could give 500 shares a chance. I'm not gonna get super aggressive. Room on the daily, 1271. It's been halted. It's a 10-minute halt. And there's about a minute, less than a minute. 10-minute halts usually resume significantly higher. 200 EMA at 1689. I'll map out those levels afterwards. We're halted at 853. The spreads more than likely are going to be a little bigger. I might miss this. I don't know. We'll see. 853. We have less than 20 seconds. Five, four, three, here we go. 853. Oh my. Can we get a dip? Can we get a dip? No dip. Should have just bought it on the ass. It might still dip. Come on, talk to us nice. Talk to us nice. Give us a dip. No, no dip. I could have bought it at 1070. 970. Selling at like 1030, but I mean that's all right. Yeah. Pretty aggressive entry if I would have took it. Pretty aggressive. Looks like it'll get locked in here at 11:05. When that resumption happens, you know, the price action, it's like a wild, wild west showdown. The buyers, the sellers, it resumes. The level 2 is sideways. Nothing is happening yet. Who's going to strike first? Is it going to be aggression or fear? Are we going to see buying or selling? And depending on if I want to go long, once that green starts to hit the tape, so I could have gotten in at like 970. But it wasn't aggressive enough. I wanted weakness first and then a move up. That way, you know, there's more range. The halt up is a little further away. But then you also got to be careful when it's dropping, because if it's too weak, then it keeps dropping if you try to buy somewhere. And then you get flushed on. Well, I already know Crispy and Save are probably all over this one. Lucas, great job, man. You know, Lucas looks like Lucas has. For those of you who don't know, Lucas is an MMU student, and he's doing really well here these last couple of days. I'm really proud of him, man. Lucas, shout out. Up $400 today. I'm gonna show you guys. I can show you guys here in Discord, on YouTube rather. Right. This is what we're looking like right now on Discord. We got people posting charts, P&Ls, call outs. I mean, shout out to Anthony, man. Great charting, and he's probably one of the best in terms of the you know, the charting depictions and representation here in the Discord. So yeah, Lucas, an MMU student, getting it done. Shout out to all of our students, right? John, Sir Clive, Spartan, as you guys are, you know, taking it step by step. Yesterday, Sir Clive and we spoke a little bit. I was sending him some archives from 2022, 2021. And those videos are some pretty good videos too. Red and green days, but really good examples. Back when I had the E-Trade Pro level 2, for those of you who are familiar with that. So let's see how the Discord did today. Crispy Trades, $3,000. Nicely done. And Crispy Trades, you know, I spoke to him yesterday. We spoke. You know, I'm really impressed and proud of Crispy Trades, man. And you know, and also this is good because this reminds me, Crispy Trades is going to be one of our newer moderators today, actually. So starting today, once you know I get to it, his name will become a red name. Cactus, big shout out to Cactus, who's also been doing exceptionally well these last few weeks. Cactus, man, how you know, maybe we get him to do an interview one of these days. Is this 1100 or 11,000? 1,128. So not bad there, man. Day trading. Shout out to Eric Green, who was a member here as well, who would always kind of make fun of me when I start saying the markets. Triad trading as well. Triad trading, you know, you just start saying the markets because the market is so impressive, you know. But anyhow, for those of you who are interested in learning about, you know, and furthering your career and accelerating your journey as a trader, if you're newer to the markets and you want to understand this style of trading, momentum trading, at a very fair price, be sure to check out my day trading course, Merciless Markets. All right. For those of you who don't know Marcelo, Mighty Stocks, who also has a YouTube channel right here, you guys can click on it. Marcelo is an excellent trader. Excellent trader. We are great friends. And just take a look at his channel, right? Take a look at his channel. Take a look at the last couple of days. $4,000 days. And I believe back to back, right? So yeah, be sure to check Marcelo out. Marcelo is not only my business partner, but a very, very good friend, right? So yeah, check him out. But we came together, we created this course, and so far so good. So far so good. People are coming in, they're going through the process of learning how to trade, and we're here every step of the way, right? As we provide weekly lectures, weekly Q&As, Marcelo's archives, my archives. You might say, hey, Relentless Trader, what is an archive? Well, that is the raw recording of my trades. So you might say, Relentless, you're already live streaming. What do you mean, raw recording? Well, I'm not showing some of my instruments here, right? If I click on, I'll show you guys my other screen. This screen here is really and truly the real deal, all right? With my level 2. And this is how I really know where to get in and where to get out in terms of price action. What I always tell people is that the charting comes first. The charting and the patterns does come first. But after that is recognized, I then come over here to these instruments. And when this resumption comes, if I'm still not, talking about the course, we can watch it, right? But yeah, you get my recordings. So, Marcelo, 4K Friday, 4K Thursday. If you want to see exactly how he's buying, exactly how he's selling. Today for me, a $1,600 day. If you want to see the ins and outs of where I'm getting in, where I'm getting out, and again, you guys will have access to my entire trading career. If you say Relentless Trader, I want to see how you did on May 14th, 2021. I want your archives and your level 2. I will send them to you because I have no problem doing that. That's the level of transparency and dedication that Marcelo and I have for this course. All right, and you might say, man, there's 1,000 other courses. What makes this course here different? What makes this course special? Well, Marcelo and I are 6-figure traders, and we are transparent traders. There's a lot of people who are even big, hundreds of thousands of followers, but they could never dare do what I do here every day, which is to live stream my trades. People would never do that. Why? You just ask yourself why. It's beyond me. Are they hiding something? Sometimes they make some silly excuses. Hey, if I live stream, people will try to copy trade me. That's the excuse you'll hear. Hey, I don't need to live stream, but why? They'll say, hey, here's a 10-minute recording of a live trade I took last week. Who cares about that? That's nonsense. So what makes us different is that we're transparent and we're real. We don't hide anything. Big green, big red, everything in between. We show it all. We show it all. We show it all. Of course, you'll have access to our inner circle MMU chat within the Discord, and you'll have access to the Discord itself, right? When it comes to traders, such as, Save, like, guys, this Relentless trading community is only going to get bigger. It's only going to continue to grow. And we're meeting up again. We're meeting up again in California in the next couple of months, right? Crispy, Save, all these guys, Calamity. We're meeting up again this year and this time in California. Calamity is hosting us this time. And this time around, I will vlog the entire experience, and we will be creating a ton of content with the other guys. Last time it was just us getting to know each other. Now that the ice is broken, now it's game time, right? We're coming full business here, Relentless trading style. All right. So yeah, we provide daily watch lists and game plan, and there's a detailed watch list which Marcelo posts every day around 9 a.m. Right, so before the watch list I do is just, hey, these are the stocks I'm going to look at. He puts out a detailed version going over the intricacies of the stocks and what to look for. All right. So know that this is not any sort of random nonsense that you'll see, a lot of people posting. People out there posting anything, right? When it comes to learning and being serious about learning and furthering your trading journey, all right, be sure to check it out. Merciless Markets University, which the Nightbot is posting every 20 minutes. This might have been 42. Okay, let's watch this halt resumption here. So I'm going to show this halt resumption, then I'll take the screen off. So I'll be watching at the middle portion. I'm going to reduce size to 100 shares. Maybe I touch it. There it is. It's going to get halted again. 76. Potentially. False halt. Realize the spreads are huge here. So you got to be careful if you're looking to get long. The volume seems a little lighter, but it's still going up. It looks like we'll get locked in here at 76, unless there's some selling pressure. And there it is. It has to hold at or above the halt level for at least 15 seconds before the halt is locked in place. If they're selling at the bids or below the bids, and there are not enough buyers at the price point to hold this up, it drops back down. The ask price sometimes come back down as well, and we're no longer getting halted or pinning in the halt level, right? So yeah, halted before you could sell. Selling into the halt price is usually pretty good. Once those bids are stacking high, you can get a really high fill coming out, usually. But if it's locked in, of course, you can't buy or sell until it resumes. And it seems like it might be 10 more minutes again before this one resumes. The market, man. The only thing I would have wanted was for it to be like this every day, but it's not. It does get slow at times. There are some days where we're complaining the breakouts are only by 5 cents, 2 cents. But days like today, the stocks, it took this stock just 3 candles to go from 720 to 1376. Absolutely insane. And that's the real difference, really, is that, in a cold market, what the stock might take 1 hour to do, in the hot market, it takes 1 minute. And it's volatile, it is risky, right? Because the risk is always on the other side of the trade. But if we can, put in the work, put in the time, and gain mastery, over ourselves, we can start to see some consistency in the markets. Yeah, but going back to what I was talking about here, with MMU, there's 2 options: gold and or silver. Well, gold and silver, right? Gold and silver. Silver is every 3 months, right? Subscription, and gold is yearly, annually. And you'll get full access to both. But let's say you're someone who, hey, I feel good about my trading. I want the, let's say, Q&As, the archives, the lectures. I want those things primarily. You know what? I'll take it for 3 months. Get some access to what I want to see, and after that I'll be good. But people who are beginners or who are struggling, who are looking to change their strategy to something that's credible, that someone is doing, right? Again, at a very fair price. Yeah, gold is for you, right? So, and we do mentorships, of course, obviously, like that's something that's here, right? Which is us, whether through Discord, screen sharing, or Zoom, and even for some of you who are students who have me on Instagram, it's like, video call there as well. And, literally talk about the day, talk about trades, go over stats, these type of things. And of course, there's the course itself, right? There's the course itself. So yeah, take a look at our website, and I'll move on here. Merciless Markets. Sister company to Relentless Trading, of course. Marcelo. I gotta call Marcelo, see how he did today. Maybe he'll post in Discord later. Share size, man. Again, guys, I had that 20-cent win right there at my fingertips, 6,000 shares. Or maybe 5,000, like 800 shares. That would have been $1,000 trade. It would have been up like 2,600, 2,800, closer to 3K. Missed it by that much. But the risk was there though. If I had lost, I think I'd have lost like 500 because the stock broke over 3 and it was holding. It's the break and hold of the whole dollar textbook setup that I look for. And there was a big buyer. Big bids usually encourage me to buy because of the reaction that happens when big orders show up. It's like people are just buying. So I added, my average is like 302, 303, and I'm there for like 2-3 seconds. Like where's the move? Where's the move? And again, the risk is always on the other side of the trade. So the longer the breakout takes to happen, when I know in those areas the reaction is instant, I start to then think about the risk, which is, hey, maybe this thing wants to actually drop. And there are risks with the buyers, the big bids. Sometimes they're fake orders. And if I think I'm going to sell 5,000 shares to this person who's buying 50,000 shares, if the order is not real, the bids evaporate. And sometimes the order is real, but I mean, there's thousands of people trading, and people who have big size. Maybe someone sells 10,000, another sells 20,000. Just like that buyer's gone. And I'm trying to sell 5. I mean, there's so many of us. So the risk is that, it could have just, and then read 500. So I cut the trade, and like another second or two, it rips up to 20, then 25, and 30. And it's like, man, smokes, but no cigar. This stock here is too extended for me to trade it. It's just up too much, and we already had 3 halts, I believe. WINT. I do not trade after the 3rd halt. And even here, I sized down to 100 shares, which was still risky, but, ultimately not seeing anything good to buy. BLBX was all pre-market, nothing into the open. So, how do you make 10, 20, 30, 40,000 on a day like today? Well, it comes down to share size. If I go back in time and I take all the exact same trades with 5,000 shares, we're probably up more so closer to like 4 or 5,000 on a day, right? So it comes down to share size and the 5-minute setups. That trade that I caught at 290, whichever stock that was, I was only in 500 trying to accumulate a position if it would have went lower. If your analysis is a little bit better in that area and you take that big size there, those are the places to really like hit the market hard. If you're in and buying it, like how I bought the 500 shares, buying 5,000 shares would have been no different. Maybe an extra half a second to get filled. But let's say 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 15,000, the stock crawls back to 340 from a low of 90. If you're in 95, for the sake of math, you make 40 cents, right? 15,000 shares, right? You divide that by 2. You're making somewhere between 6 and 7,000 on that one particular trade. Now, there was risk, right? And with 15,000 shares, I think the stop in that trade, again, it would have come down to how you perceive the stock and where you had support. But, if you're watching 80 for a stop, you're risking 10 to 15 cents. You're risking about 2K to make, towards high of day. And then high of day was at 65. We didn't unfortunately get back to high of day, which of course would have pushed you towards like a $9,000-$10,000 winner. And remember, Friday, the stock made a new high. So it's like if this one would have went over, and I'm talking here about CFRX, it's like if this one would have went over 65 to $5, well, excuse me, $4, right? From 360 to 4. Now you're looking at $1 a share. Okay, let's assume you're unwinding shares, over key levels. I still think you're looking at like a $10,000 winner, maybe nine. And if it keeps going 455, you're still holding 2,000 shares or something. I mean, you're just looking at the moon. But of course, there are people, instead of just taking 10,000 shares, they take 50,000 shares down there. And, they're looking at 50 grand. So, one, do you have enough cash? Two, do you have enough experience? Three, are you willing to take the risk? I mean, if you are, there's nothing stopping you really. Because a lot of the times, depending on the setup, the liquidity is in our favor, right? So you really can scale, like for me especially, I mean, I can scale a lot more. I can scale a lot more. Scale a lot more, which is very encouraging. You know, when I'm, when I'm like 35, 40 years old, that's my hope, right? I'm gonna keep pushing myself, but the hope is like by then, like if I fast forward 10 years and I'm only using 500 shares, there's a problem as we have resumption here. Which there's no way I think that'll happen. Like there's just no way. There's no way that in 10 years I'm using 500 shares. My analysis will be better and I'll be more confident to take the entry. So we're halting down and it's a pretty, you know, tight halt level here. Notice how much room it had to the upside before it got halted versus coming down, barely dropping anything. So this kind of tells me maybe it wants to curl back up. I could be wrong, of course, but I don't know. But these stocks are tricky, man. I remember, so this is a guy named Raphael that's in our Discord, right? This is like in GameStop time. I think he's up like 300,000 unrealized, or maybe even like I don't know, something crazy. But he couldn't get out. The stock went all the way to like $100 or something from like five. Maybe like LFIN or one of those stocks, something like that. And it starts, that first red halt comes, and it would just teleport into the halt down. Your market orders or sell orders are there, nothing getting filled, and it did that over and over all the way till it dropped to $23 and started trading sideways. It's like if you didn't sell, on the way up, it's like, I mean, it's tough to see an unrealized P&L at $100 a share come down $80, 80%, and you could not sell. That's where the liquidity could really be a problem. So you gotta really be scaling out. Not necessarily that people get greedy or anything, because it's like the trade is going, so like you're just holding it, which is like the right thing to do. But it's like you gotta still have a game plan. And then ultimately, no one knows where the high is going to be. I mean, this could have easily went to 15, 16, 17 before coming down. But here we have a red halt. That was a crazy day, though. I think that day, I was working at Amazon. That day I stayed home and I traded that stock. I think I had traded it up to $50 before I had stopped. But that stock, I mean, it was so crazy because it wasn't getting halted. It wasn't getting halted going up a lot. Like maybe a few, but like it was more so candlesticks, and it just was going through and through. And I experienced that a few months ago. I think either early this year or last year, where like the last hour, and it's why you have to really understand the mathematics behind the markets. This stock had $2.80 or $3 a share for the halt up and the halt down, and it's at $7. So you're telling me the stock has to go from 7 to 10 to get halted. And so, let's say we do push to 8, the halt level then goes to 11. So it's like it's going up and down $1 share, but it's like the halt level really and truly. I mean, it could happen because you guys know how the market can get, but it's like it's much harder for it to get halted, and so there was no halts, and this thing was just incredibly volatile. And those were one of those days where I was like, maybe up $100 at the end of the live stream. Came back later in the day like, hey, I'm green 1500 or something. You see some crazy stuff. Anyhow, I don't know. I was thinking about streaming all day long. RT calls out work for stocks. Man, you know, Amazon, I always would say that the best part of working there for me was the people. I was fortunate enough to have a great, lead. The lead team that I was on was like very good people. Um, but some of the other good things were how the system would work in terms of like when you can call out. It was pretty good actually. Like I had the luxury of not even showing up and not being penalized. One, because of course the team I was working with, they'll cover for me, but like they'll require you to like, I think like an hour before the shift, just like send in an on the app. They had an app you could like go in and like say, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it. And then of course you can use paid time, or what are the other options? They had something called voluntary time off, which for VTO, voluntary time off, if they're over head count on the shift, the managers will sometimes put that out. And of course, like, paid time off, essentially like vacation time. Um, and then you could take time off and also not get paid, I think. I forgot what that one was called. Well, yeah, I didn't even bother sending a message, just trading all day. Michael Henry. It depends on your state. Um, it depends on the state you're in. Which state are you in, Michael? Amazon, man, Amazon. They used to overwork us though. They used to overwork us. It's almost like slavery in there. Uh, it's just crazy. It's like, hey, we gotta sort 20,000 packages within 2 hours and a half, and we're below head count by 4 people. Well, it's like we still get it done, but it's like, by the time you're done at the end of the day, your legs are hurting. The gray t-shirt that you went in with now looks black because it's drenched in sweat. It's just crazy. But the drivers, when if you're like running a box, if you own a box truck and you have a contract with them, I know it pays good money. I had a couple of people reach out to me thinking I was in the position to be able to give them that kind of work, but nah. And I know this guy, of course I'm not gonna mention any names or anything like that, but I know this guy who, he's at this building, and there's a husband and a wife who are head of management at the same facility, and so they're working them good, man. They got like every contract that they're outsourcing for drivers is going back to their own company. Like, everything's set up under a different name. Like, they're working them good. But when you're, it's like if you're in that position, it's like I don't blame you. I don't blame them, rather. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's perfectly legal anyways. Um, so why not give yourself the one up, right? It'd almost be foolish for them not to. All right. I was gonna stream all day, but I don't think I'm gonna stream all day. I don't think I feel it here. What I might do though is start to stream again, maybe around 1 p.m. if we see some hot stocks again. So P&L, we're at 1.6. we did give back, which is been happening. I think we were closer to like 1.9 or 2K. So we got to be very careful. And yeah. Cactus, what's going on? What do I delete? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Those definitely we delete those. Well, one, this is a serious community, right? We're not here for that type of joking. Lucas finishing over 1K. Oh my goodness. Man, Lucas, man. Lucas. Lucas. This is insane. Guys, the thing is with how I trade, right? With how Marcelo and I trade, it's like if you're trading a specific type of way and it's not especially if you've been doing it for a long time, right? If you've been trading for 4 years, let's say, let's throw a number out there, 3 or 4 years, and you're working on a particular type of strategy that isn't working well, you're still struggling, you're not seeing the turnaround, the improvements. Like, people can say whatever they want about this particular style. They can say, man, this guy trades a million times, he doesn't hold long, he misses so many trades, blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, it translates to green, to profits. So, like, this is here. This particular style is here. But in order to do it and do it well, you have to essentially you have to essentially forget certain things that you thought you knew about the strategy that you were trading. That way, there's no conflict of interest with this strategy, because it could negatively impact the strategy, right? So we resumed lower. We got a low of 1053. This is a chance to get out for people who are still in at lows at like $7. Maybe it bounces, maybe not. The volume profile does look decent, but it's hard to tell. Hopefully we don't see any offerings anytime soon either, because that could weigh on the momentum terribly, right? But yeah, when it comes to like other strategies, you want to take the fundamentals, because certain things are universal when it comes to trading. What a doji candlestick represents, these type of things are universal. So you take that with you, so you're not essentially starting from zero, but you also want to leave certain things behind that could negatively affect this particular strategy. That way you can be able to see it for what it is, and do it freely, right? And this particular style of trading is something else, because it doesn't require you to know anything. Like, I have no idea why stock WINT is moving, or CFRX. Like, I don't know the breaking news. I just know that there's some sort of catalyst. Then that's why it's up so much. But to tell you, hey, the stock had to subdue AI or this or that, I have no idea. I don't need to know. I don't need to wake up at 4 a.m. either, right? I come, the scans are already ready. But I look at my trend lines, I look at my 200 EMA and my VWAP, and from there I'm looking for something very specific every day. Am I green every day? The answer is no. But we are here, and we are able to see consistent gains. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters, because there are other strategies, right? But the key thing is, if you're going to trade another strategy, you have to make sure that you find someone who is credible, right? And who are proven, because otherwise you're just following something that, who knows if it's real or not, and that's the key. There's more than one way to make fried rice, right? There's Caribbean style fried rice, and then even with that, it depends on then the country, right? There's a Jamaican style, a Trinidadian style, um, and of course there's Korean fried rice. There's Chinese fried rice, and so many different ways to make fried rice and have it taste good. But make sure that the chef is a legit chef, an incredible chef, and not someone who's just pretending, right? Because then you're following somebody who's proven nothing. And as you guys know, I'm the most transparent trader. I'm gonna say that till the day I die because I think I am. Relentless trader, #1 in transparency. You know, this is the year so far. Um, I got to import. I haven't imported for a while now, I think, or maybe a few weeks. Calendar. I haven't imported since the 6th of this month. We're in the 17th. Okay, so a week of trading. But yeah, details. Like what I'm doing right now is resulting to about, $386 a day in 1 hour. In 1 hour. Let's not forget to mention that portion because essentially if I walk away, I'm done. Um, but most days I trade 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. and I'm done. You know, do I come back sometimes? The answer is yes. But, I'm doing other work in front of my computer and maybe I check and see what's moving at 1 p.m. to maybe 3 p.m. for power hour. If nothing is moving, I don't bother. If something is moving, okay. We dabble a little bit. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. We won't waste our time. So we got a halt coming up here at 1263. And I get, be careful of the spreads. We got 30-cent spreads, WINT. So the 5-minute candles were looking decent, and we did end up holding up, which is good to see. So this one is still strong. 1225 and 1250. High of the last two 5-minute candles. The halt up is at 1263. 1271 is daily resistance. Hopefully we can get back above that level. And then we had 1906. The 200 is at 1690. Is this high again? 1906. Gotta make sure the trend lines are set. 1693. I'm gonna shut down the live stream right here, guys. I'm gonna join Discord. I'm gonna hang out a little bit. But stay safe, stay green. If you're going to distance, continue to trade smart, continue to trade setups. It's been a Relentless Trader. Maybe I start to take some trades on this one, maybe. But yeah, Twitch, Facebook, hit that thumbs up if you have not already. It's been RT. And I am, of course, signing out. It's been a good day, guys. We're up 1,600 for P.